Stunt professionals put their bodies, and sometimes even their lives, on the line daily to pull off the coolest action beats in massive blockbusters. There's no Oscar for it, and they rarely get to walk the red carpet taking the plaudits. But make no mistake, they're the lifeblood of many of our favorite movies. And if you sell ice packs, they're probably your #1 customers. From daring escapes to intense action sequences, these fiery moments have left audiences on the edge of their seats. Before we dive into the list, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more thrilling content. Now, let's get ready to feel the heat. #1 in our list is Maniac Cop 2. Unlike most franchises that reach a third installment, particularly in the horror genre, the Maniac Cop trilogy comes from the same creative team, director William Lustig and writer Larry Cohen, two icons of cult cinema. But the action steals the show. By far, the best point of the moment is when Cordell summons his best T-800 impression and smashes his way through a police station, gunning everyone down. He up and walks through walls, throws one guy through 4 walls and a door, and busts his serial killer buddy out of a holding cell. My only big complaint, other than the Bruce thing, is that the film is weirdly stingy with showing Cordell's face. Considering the amazing new zombie makeup, that's kind of a missed opportunity. #2. The Terrifier 2. Terrifier 2 is a genuine little slasher sequel that could phenomenon manifesting right here in the excellent horror year of 2022. This movie centers on Sienna, a talented young cosplayer who's been working hard, constructing her Halloween costume based on a warrior angel character her late father used to draw for her, and her 12-year-old brother Jonathan, who wants to go as the clown from the Miles County Massacre last year. Sienna tells their mom she thinks he's fucked in the head, and then she has a nightmare about the clown. She sees a commercial on TV for something called the Clown Cafe, and suddenly she's one of the adults playing kids in the commercial, and then he machine guns everybody. Also, there is a scene where Art the Clown uses a blowtorch to set a woman on fire as she plays the banjo while she is still on fire. It is a really funny scene. When she wakes up, the fire from Art's blowtorch in the dream has spread to her actual bedroom, destroying her angel wings but not the badass sword her dad gave her. #3. From Dusk Till Dawn. The movie did a dramatic genre reversal about halfway into its running time, switching from black-humored Western crime drama to full horror at the flap of a bat wing. With Earl in the bathroom, things begin to unravel. The young woman in the store is actually the hostage of an armed Seth Gecko and his psychotic kid brother, Richie. Using the young woman as leverage, Seth holds his gun at the hapless Pete's face. Richie then tells his brother that he saw Pete mouth the words, "Help me," to the ranger. Forced to defend Richie's blatant lie or hallucination, Seth threatens Pete once again. Earl then steps out of the bathroom and a trigger-happy Richie shoots him dead in a panic. Soon it's open warfare as Seth and Richie beat a retreat from the store, shooting up liquor bottles as they go. A wounded Pete tries in vain to be a hero by taking a loaded pistol from a safe behind the counter. Shooting Richie in the hand, Pete's attempted heroism against the raging Gecko brothers earns him a horrifying slow death by immolation when Seth lobs a flaming roll of toilet paper onto a sea of spilled alcohol surrounding the young clerk. Seth and Richie casually exit the store as it explodes behind them, with Seth lecturing his reckless brother about keeping a low profile. The Gecko brothers then roar down the highway in their black 1968 Mercury Cougar as their terrified middle-aged bank teller, hostage Gloria, Brenda Hillhouse, remains stowed in the trunk. #4. Burning. Next up, we have The Burning opens with a group of teen boys punking their camp janitor, Cropsy, in the middle of the night, placing a flaming skull on the passed-out drunkard's nightstand and watching him freak out upon waking up. It's framed as a prank gone wrong, but the skull, having been jarred onto Cropsy's bed by his flailing legs, lights up the mattress so fast you have to presume the caretaker just spilled an entire fifth of Jim Beam on the sheets before falling asleep. He's instantly lit ablaze in the confusion and left for dead, but a hospital patches him up with what looks like flesh-colored Bondo, and turns him loose to call up, strip down, and rip open the hooker next door. #5. A Nightmare on Elm Street. The ending of A Nightmare on Elm Street remains a mystery after 39 years. Was the ending a dream? Was it all a dream? Half the movie? 2/3? The lack of clarity with its closing keeps the original film alive in our daydreams still. What the end means is left to the subjectivity of the viewer and allows for numerous interpretations as to what is happening in the surreal third act of the movie. Nancy then leads Freddy through her booby-trapped house. This chase ends in the basement, where Nancy throws a jar of fuel on Freddy and sets him on fire. Nancy runs upstairs, shutting Freddy in the basement, and she calls for help through a window she has broken during the fight. Number 6. Maniac Cop 3. In the Maniac 3, MnK and Susan get into an ambulance to get away as the whole building begins to burn. But as they are driving down a road, a flaming Cordell follows them in another car. The ambulance driver jumps out and MnK gets behind the wheel as the burning Cordell tries to reach his hand inside and literally pushes cars out of the way. MnK tosses an oxygen tank in the back seat of Cordell's car. But the Maniac Cop latches his arm onto the passenger's side door. The detective drives by a road sign, slicing Cordell's arm off, and the ambulance flips over. Cordell stops the car, turns around, and slams it into drive. But the car explodes when the oxygen tank explodes. MnK lights a cigarette with Cordell's flaming severed arm, which fell off earlier in the chase. Number 7. Maniac Cop 3. Susan bandages MnK's arm, and they kiss. The detective is told that Kate has been taken away. MnK and Susan run to the basement church, where Hong-Gan is standing over Kate's comatose body, and Cordell is standing behind him with a shotgun. Hong-Gan says that Cordell has ordered him to resurrect Kate, but MnK tells Cordell that Kate is now at peace since all the people responsible for her condition are dead and to let her go. Cordell tells Hong-Gan to finish it. Hong-Gan says that he cannot recover Kate because Kate will not allow him, and Cordell shoots Hong-Gan, knocking over some candles which set fire to Kate's body. Cordell picks up Kate's flaming body and they burn together as MnK and Susan run outside and avoid an explosion. Number 8. Halloween Part 2. In Halloween 2, Michael is once more after Laurie and tracks her down to the hospital where she is recovering from their first encounter. When he attempts to kill her again, she shoots him in the eye, and Dr. Loomis sets the hospital room on fire, causing an explosion. Laurie and Loomis think Michael is dead after getting out of the building themselves, but he appears and collapses in front of Laurie, showing he is very much still alive. Number 9. The last one is Friday the 13th. Part 7. In this scene, the teen's having sex, of course. Eventually, she starts using her powers to fight Jason, such as sticking a power line into a puddle he is standing in, shattering his mask, hitting him in the head with lamps, and dropping him down some stairs. Eventually, she sprays him with gasoline and sets him on fire, and they think he's dead. Number 10. Hard Target. In Hard Target, directed by John Woo, we witness an unforgettable fire stunt that culminates in a spectacular showdown between our hero, played by Van Damme, and the ruthless villain, played by Lance Henriksen. The climax of the scene takes an unexpected turn, when in a moment of poetic justice, the villain accidentally sets himself ablaze. What follows is a mesmerizing sequence as he stumbles through the warehouse, his coat engulfed in flames, creating an unforgettable visual spectacle. While CGI has brought a new era of visual effects, we must not forget the true grit and artistry required in the performance of practical fire stunts. Let us cherish the flames that have burned bright on the silver screen and continue to admire the fearless performers who embrace the heat. Thank you for joining us on this fiery journey through the world of fire stunts in movies. Stay tuned for more captivating narratives that explore the captivating.